Welcome back to We Care a Lot. I'm half the podcast, Mel.
I'm the other half, Sam.
Hi. It's good to see ya.
Howdy. Howdy.
No.
We used to say howdy all the time.
We
GGC days.
It was our...
Oh, howdy at Go Getter, that's why.
Why were we ever cowgirls?
I mean, we weren't, though. Like, the aesthetic never fully went there.
No.
We just liked the idea of it.
We liked cow print.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's really cute.
We just have a cow print curtain behind.
Yeah, we're talking about maybe changing this wall.
Yeah.
It's not feeling very us anymore. Also, though, I was thinking that if we do get a curtain and we expand a little bit more,
we could be further apart.
We could be further apart.
Yeah.
Which might help sound. And also could have like a little thing in the middle.
I'm into it. There's
changes are going to be made
soon.
But yeah, speaking of today's topic, okay, don't take us so fucking serious. Okay, like be fucking for real right now. We're just joking, and we're just girls. We're just trying to figure shit out.
We're trying everything we can. Because why not?
Because I'm shameless at this point. Okay?
I honestly do have no shame. Not fully, but also, like, what's the point of having any embarrassment or shame? Because, like, that's how people get it done. It's embarrassing the first time you do it.
It's also embarrassing. Like, that's what makes those people, like, that's what the...
Like, when you're embarrassed, that's what the haters like.
Yeah, but not only that, it's, like, I think that's the reason a lot of people aren't where, like...
Aren't where they want to be.
Yeah, is because of embarrassment and shame.
Right.
So it's, like... You're hating on the people who are full throttling their fucking career in this.
Mm-hmm. But
it's because you're probably really scared to talk to a fucking camera.
Yeah.
And think that you're important.
Yeah. Which is... I'm like, right.
Right. Yes.
I think I'm important. You're right.
Honestly, it's my world.
I am the center of it.
So what?
I feel so. I mean, if you haven't caught on with the title and everything, we're in our influencer era, which I feel like
sounds so.
It's like a joke. Come on, it's like the clickbait of it all. We're not actually saying like, oh my gosh, we're influencers now. Like you will be influenced.
Yeah.
It's more of a you get what we're trying to say by saying influencer era.
We're just trying to make it.
Yeah.
Obviously we fucking post ourselves on whatever platform you're watching or listening to this, but we're clearly like we're not not opposed to anything happening for ourselves. It's just now it feels like fucking why not.
Yeah, I was gonna say like intentional, but also I feel like there's always been the ebbs and flows for me personally.
Oh, same.
Right, for both of us with the like let's put ourselves out there, we're gonna do it, and then we don't. So like this isn't a new era. We've been in the era of wanting it.
Yeah.
And not necessarily like I want to be an influencer, because I think that's like not necessarily like I wouldn't say like I want to be an influencer. Would you?
Not necessarily.
Okay. But more just like I want to connect with people, and I want to feel like people are gaining something out of my presence online versus like I'm just posting shit and people are like okay.
Yeah.
Like disconnection from it, which I think in our generation, in general, I guess, even from YouTube days, is like the most of that does come from like talking and like interacting in more than just a photo way.
Yeah.
Because I do think even like there are influencers that are like very specific to their photo content, but you don't feel really as connected to those ones. Do you know what I mean?
I do get that.
Like they're just artsy. You're like inspired by them,
or
but you
like
don't feel
they're very like influencery.
Right. Like just buying something from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely have those people. And then I do have like the people who are like photographers that I'm like, that's art. You know,
yeah, that's different though.
Yeah.
But there's a photographer versus
right.
Online.
Like a creative director.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That's so interesting.
I don't want people to get it twisted, right?
Yeah, and I don't think we're necessarily actually saying like
this is it.
Cue the sponsored ad. No, I'm kidding.
We're like, so anyways.
So this is sponsored by... No.
I wish that'd be great.
I think what I was going to say is like, I'm just genuinely at a point I mean, if you guys listen to my solo episode, if you haven't, go listen to both of ours.
Check it out.
But I was talking about how I'm feeling kind of like lost in terms of like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing with my life? Mm-hmm. You know, we've spoken a lot on this podcast about like the need to make money and like the frustrations of being a creative and like not being able to be paid for your work, and then like it just feeling like you're always grasping for like stability in that way. And I think like then that's where I come into like feeling lost, because I've tried so many things with my creativity, and I think I was at a point where I was like, I just like need to stop caring about the creative aspect and just make money, and so that I feel like I can breathe.
Yeah.
And I've been on that train for a minute, and I feel like it has been a little bit more freeing, I guess. But I still feel like unfulfilled, and that's the piece of like why I wanted like a creative job to work so badly. Mm-hmm. And anyway, I was talking in that episode about like being in phases of things and not knowing what phase I'm in at the moment.
And now we know.
And now we're in the influencer phase. But all of this is to say is like I have been so desperately trying to get a corporate job. And I know the fucking market's difficult. I also don't know that if I have like all of the experience that everyone is looking for. So that's also like a piece of like where I just feel really disconnected from that like possibility, I guess. I went through an entire fucking job and like interview process up until like they made me do so many different interviews and didn't get the job. So that was very daunting. Not the first time that I've gone through like a multiple interview process and didn't get the job, but I feel like this time just really like was like, I'm fucking tired. I'm exhausted. And you know, maybe you're listening and you're like, Melissa, you're complaining too much. Like everyone has to go.
I don't think anyone's thinking that.
And I mean, I get it though. Like everyone goes through like a bunch of no's before getting like their dream job or whatever.
For sure.
But yeah. I don't even know that that's my dream job. So it's like all of this.
You're like, I wanted it so I had stability.
Right.
no tea to the company or anything. Like we're grateful, but.
So I'm just like at a point now where I genuinely just, I literally don't give a fuck anymore. It's like I'm just gonna
maybe
try.
That was the point of all of. I mean, that is the sum of our experiences, isn't it? Like to get to the whatever that point is.
Yeah.
College. The sum of those experiences were to make us start a business. The sum of those experiences, like they all lead us to
something. Bigger.
Whether it feels good in the moment or not. We've talked about this about being like, we're gonna miss the days where we knew nothing and like had no certainty about who we are or what we're gonna be or our purpose and all of that. So I feel like on one hand, for sure, it's like I hate that I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, or that I don't have the stability I wish I did, or a house, or whatever, all these things that other people our age have and are doing. But it's like, I'm never gonna live this exact life again. So if this was what was supposed to be meant for me, I guess I just have to embrace it and just, to the point of influencer era, try everything I possibly can.
Yeah.
And feel connected to. Because I feel like the influencer category of work has like a lot of stigma around it, which is fine. And I don't think because I feel like a lot of older generations were like, oh, like you're teaching kids that they can be influencers and that's all they have to do and blah, blah, you know what I mean? Like, and that one day maybe influencing won't be a job, blah, 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 job security. But even thinking back to like YouTubers that started on YouTube and made a career out of it, they like took those skills and now have other jobs.
They have
that
businesses.
Businesses. Like they
so
build on top of, I guess, what they learned in that job. So whether it's a lifelong job or not,
there's experience and
also it'd be a side hustle for us anyway. We have it. Everything's a side hustle right now. So
my life is a side hustle,
literally. So like if this is just something else that can bring in money and hopefully ideally like more experiences and more fucking life, because I feel like there's just a lot of perks that come with it.
Yeah. I was gonna say that like when I received the no, I was literally like, my first, I mean, obviously I was like kind of devastated, but then the second thought was like, okay, that means there's a different yes though. Like this is a no for a purpose. I started to think maybe my brain was working too small and like this being my yes.
Yeah.
There's something bigger. And I think you just have to like kind of believe yourself in that way. And then to your point of what did you just say?
Lifelong.
Just I guess just like making it work. Like just doing it just because. And I feel like a big thing in every single fucking interview, it's just funny because I'm like in every interview that I've like obviously given my spiel like about me or whatever, I always talk about like my biggest like thing, and the thing that I like pride myself in is what like wanting to connect with others, and like that's what I love doing.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just do it on my own?
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna
why
say,
am I
you've been
seeking
saying
for people to like help me do it? You know what I mean?
You've literally been saying connection since college, like as your word.
Yeah,
literally since college. So it's like you've been you know,
but it doesn't feel now. It feels really loud is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And not to say that like this is me like being like, honestly, you know what, fuck it, I was gonna say shamelessly, like I love those people who like start their TikTok and they're like, I decided I'm gonna be an influencer today, and they're like join me on
a day doing whatever,
like yeah, like sending out like emails, and I'm like, okay girl, and then they get shit and I'm like, good for you. Like that's the fact that you're just saying it like so
Point
shamelessly
blank.
and like you're just doing it, amazing. I'm not necessarily I don't know if I'm gonna be fucking successful or not, but like I'm willing to try.
I mean, like, the funny thing is I've been on my blogging, which is like a form of, you know, a path to influencing, right? My blogging shit for like 7 years, literally 7 years this year I've been blogging. There was a hiatus there for a short while, but I still have the page.
Yeah.
Like my entire account that I've had since 2017 is literally
there.
because of the blog, and like we archived a lot of cringy stuff, but like I was shameless. And I guarantee people in high school were hating, but I genuinely did not care.
Because also, like, and what?
I was like, yeah, I make stuff at home. And, like, looking back on those, I'm like, wow, that was not cute. Like, that really was not cute. But you were trying, and you've learned so much. Like, in the 7 years, I've learned a lot.
It was good for the time.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
No, pre-Canva.
Pre-Canva. You were making everything on your own.
Yeah.
And also, like, you were emulating, like, it like content that already kind of like existed. You just put your own spin on it. So it's like there's people out there with the same, like, I guess you want to call it like aesthetic that like was cringy because it was just of the time.
It was giving chuggy. It was, but we didn't know that word yet.
We didn't know that word. Everyone was living in their chugging era.
But like that's the thing. I was so shameless about it, and I tried really hard. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I tried really fucking hard. Like
okay.
I would plan outfits.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
The fact, like we've said this before, but like I am so annoyed that everyone just pretends that their success and like the things that make them blow up was just so like. I mean, now it is kind of like
sometimes
it could happen that
yeah.
way, but it's just so casual and like. I'm just putting myself out there as I am. Like, it's not like
this
a lot of work. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're planning every single thing. Like, and why can't we just be honest about that? I put effort into the things that I care about.
I put effort in.
I'm sorry.
That's our aesthetic. I put in effort.
I'm
and sometimes I really don't.
Effortless? Who? No, I'm effort.
No, it's a lot of effort. So
brand effort.
I'll come back to the effort in the past, but really quick, I recently did like a blog post for, I forget. Oh, I made something for Thanksgiving or some fucking holiday. I have no idea. But I had to finish it at my brother's house. So I brought my tripod, I brought my camera, obviously my phone, and I had to like record everything, make it. And everyone was like, wow, I didn't realize like how much work went into this. And
yeah,
I was like,
I'm just like willy-nilly.
Like, I'm just like, like just taking shit. Like, I wish it was that easy, but it's genuinely so much work. Cause then I have to edit it. And I also have to prep the recipe, like, there's so many things. And for me, I enjoy it. So to me, it's not that big of a deal. And sometimes I get burnt out and I'm like, ugh, I just want to make it. Like, I just want to make the thing I want to make.
I think that's where I get really frustrated and I get stuck.
Yeah. But then you just do it.
Yeah.
And if it turns out bad, like, that's also where I'm struggling because I just made a cake and I recorded the whole thing and I forgot to put sugar in. But then I remembered pre-bake, whatever. It was this whole thing. And I was like, I should just scratch the video, which I hated. I hated the idea. Wasting ingredients. And I'm like, I didn't waste anything. Like, I'm literally going to make the same cake for a different event. It's gonna be fine. Like, you can record it then.
Also, though, you can make one piece of content work because you've already like
the intro
iced the cake though. But
yeah.
like, if you wanted to like decorate it more, that could be the piece that you put. Like, you're not done. You're not done.
Yeah, there's like so many options. We're not
deleting it.
Yeah, we're not deleting it for sure. But that's the thing. I'm just like, did y'all think when I said, because I'm not gonna lie, my parents have been asking me for a very long time what I wanted to do. They've stopped asking me that, but for a few years they're like, what do you want to do? And I was like, my blog's gonna take off and I'm gonna be an influencer.
Period.
Like, I just said that shit. And I was like, one day it's gonna happen. My blog's gonna take off and I'm gonna be an influencer. Yeah. And guess who's getting free meat? Free meat for my Pinterest account.
What? Wait, how did we get here?
Speaking of my influencer era, I mean, in general, I feel like we're not strangers to like free products, so it's not that crazy. Oh, I wish it was Wagyu.
What is it?
This brand, which I will not be sharing because they're not paying me to talk about them, but this meat brand. It's kind of like, what's that brand? Home Chef, the meals.
Like,
what's it called? Healthy.
What was I gonna say? Amazon Fresh.
Oh,
HelloFresh.
HelloFresh. It's like HelloFresh, but just meat. So it's like prepared meat.
Interesting.
That you can just, I've never tried it. We'll see. But they're sending it to me and they're like, please post it on your Pinterest. And I was like, ooh.
How much?
It's like, oh, so you recognize.
Period.
You recognize the numbers. But anyways, so like, I'm finally getting somewhere where I like feel like I have a leg in the game. You know what I mean? Not a whole, well, actually a whole leg.
A whole leg.
Not the whole body, but a leg. I got a leg in the game.
You stopped the door from closing.
I said, shut the fuck up. No, but actually.
That's amazing. And I feel like I think a big thing, I don't know about you, but like with me, like those moments I get so excited and then I lose momentum. And then I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
I lost it. I'm not even joking. I've recorded, I think now, 3 or 4 different pieces of content that I'm like, I'm going to post on TikTok. I haven't edited them.
Girl. You just gotta do it. You just have to literally commit to it.
I just feel like I'm so cringy, and then I'm like, but like that, you thought it was a good idea in the moment.
Yeah.
You thought it was good.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I get really mad because like somebody will literally steal a fucking idea from my brain. And I'm like, what the fuck?
You haven't even posted the video of us in the fucking bathroom.
I know.
That
I don't want to talk about it.
Easy.
I'm gonna post it.
Us in the bathroom. No context.
No context. Just
go to
my TikTok. Yeah. But I feel like I just get, like, after I recorded it, I'm like, was that even good? I just, like, constantly get, like, in my head of, like, what the fuck? And then, I don't know, I get so caught up in whether or not content is gonna be, like...
viral.
Not even viral, but just, like, enjoyed.
Hit.
A hit.
It's gonna hit anybody.
And I feel like with my TikTok currently, like, I just have, like, literally the most random shit on there. Because I just, for a minute, I just, like, wanted to post whatever I wanted to post, which is fine. It didn't make any, like, headlines.
But I don't want to limit myself, but I don't even want to make headlines.
I don't care.
Right?
Yeah, no.
But, like,
I'm just joking with that word. But it didn't make any, like, noise, I should say. I think the only one that I actually, like, care about is... I think, like, my home one. But, like, I also didn't even expect that to, like, do well or anything. So, I don't know. Anyway, like, but then I'm, like, the ideas that I came up with in my brain, I'm, like, these are so, like, they could be just really awful. But I'm, like, post them.
Yeah.
And then if I don't care about them, I'll just delete them.
Yes.
Which I've done.
Exactly. That's the thing, too. I feel like bringing it back to, like, I'm just coming up with ideas and I want to post it. It's, like... It's not that deep. It is calculated. It is a lot of work. We'll come back to that in a second. I forgot about it already. Yeah. But we will come back to that. But it's not like... It doesn't have to be so calculated. Obviously, certain things like recipes or...
Yeah, like things where
a before and after or something like that. Of course, there's fucking thought and editing and time that it takes to do it. But it's also just like... I want to share this with people. I don't know. Which I feel like some people... are fucking confused by that, but whatever, not my people, I guess.
I think the other part of that is also like the just living the lifestyle of being somebody who makes content. I feel like that's like also something that I'm so out of practice of. Like, obviously, like, we haven't stopped making content for the last I don't know fucking how many years, but it's not podcast. I've never made it for just myself. It like for a while now, and so I feel like on my day-to-day, like, I don't live the lifestyle of, like, this could be a piece of content, let me take it really quick. When, like, before...
You said I used to be living that life.
I used to actually...
And then...
and, like, yes, it was effort, but it wasn't so, like, strenuous and such a, like, big deal to me. It was just, like... Before, it was, like, the Instagram game. So, like, I would, like, really see, like... small things that I thought were like cool and interesting and pretty, and I would take a photo and I would edit it and then I would post it, and I would have a queue of things of like, there's so many things that I could share. And now I'm like,
no,
I barely even fucking take photos of myself.
No, but you realize now you have a backload of content, miss.
But doesn't feel relevant.
She says she doesn't have any photos.
But I also feel like,
coming from the girl whose girlfriend takes pics of her like, I don't,
questionably
weekly, but
okay, but that's like from my girlfriend's viewpoint of like,
exactly, you could fucking come on.
No, they're really,
people love that.
Some of them are really corny and like, or I look disgusting, but she thinks I look cute, and I'm like, not gonna ever post that, girl. I love you, but
okay,
no.
well, at least half of them have to be good, right?
Look through her phone. I don't fucking know. But anyway, that living the content like making lifestyle.
I think about us going to the beach every fucking day. We would be at the beach every week.
I want to get so tan.
That was the lifestyle.
My lifestyle.
And we could have been showing people that it was real. It was real for us.
I can't believe we didn't.
I don't know how.
Like, we didn't do that. It's so annoying. Now we have no time.
We didn't share that with the world.
Now we have time. We can work from our computers. We're in the same boat we were last time.
Yeah, we are.
Why? Okay, summer 2024.
Okay, but I need like something good for the computer shield. You know what I mean? We're not getting sand.
I'm not getting sand
in this good old computer.
I also need a screen protector, like
a privacy screen.
Privacy screen.
That's fair.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Anyway, going back to what you were saying, you were gonna say something.
Yeah. So there was a lot of work that went into my OG Chugi blogging days, aside from like the actual website. And to be fair, I think it'd be even more work now, just because I also make videos for like Instagram, Pinterest, whatever. And now I also do Pinterest. Like I used to do Pinterest photos, actually. What the fuck did I make that on? I don't even know. I would make the blog graphics on something.
Yeah, what would you make that on?
What was before Canva? Pre-Canva brain can't compute.
Was it just like Photoshop? I know we used Photoshop for a while.
Because it was 2017. I didn't have any of that.
Are you sure Canva didn't exist? I feel like it did.
I remember. It was just an app on my phone. It was just an app. I remember. It was literally just because it had all these crazy fonts and I would use them. Anyway. But it was so much work Instagram-wise. Like, I literally would be like, oh, my boyfriend's going to LA this week. Or whatever, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So I'm going to plan outfits so that he can take me there. And then we're going to drive around. And I'm going to find a cute spot to take a photo. And I want him to take a photo of a detail shot, my whole body, and then just like my face or something. Or I'd make him take me to the park. And I would have a Valentine's Day fucking spread for my blog post, mind you. Like, I had my cake pops. My little Valentine's Day cake pops were at the shoot. And I was just taking pics at the park intentionally. So much work,
so much effort. And that's why that's why it pisses me off also when people like get so like they give the stigma to influencers and like it's just like negative fucking talk about influencers, because I'm like, they put so much effort and work into their shit, whether or not you think they do. Like, even if you want to make fun of like Addison Rae, for example, for doing her little dances, she had the shameless fucking like confidence to just literally in a restaurant post up her fucking phone and start fucking dancing.
It is funny to think about the ones that were making fun of her, though. Those are also funny.
But
like, whatever, it's making her more popular.
Look at her now.
And she's in movies and stuff, so good for her.
I'm obsessed with her. But it's like, you guys want to talk, like, not you, because I know you're listening to this and you're probably,
if
like,
you're listening
in the
to
same boat.
You're probably not a hater.
But, like, people will literally just hate. And I'm like, you try it.
You don't even know the lifestyle.
You don't know what to do. But, like, okay, you fucking try it. It's so much harder than people, like, I think, understand. Give it credit to. Like, I don't know. You're literally your own creative director. You're on your own social media team. You're your own stylist, editor. Mm-hmm. Like, all
makeup
of these.
If we really want to go there. But I said, I mean.
You literally do everything by yourself. When, like, but nobody's talking about the company who's selling fucking a Sephora brand. And, like, being like, oh, that's not a real fucking job. When it's like, this person's doing all of their jobs at once. You know what I mean?
I did just read an article, too. I'm part of, like, a lot of, from my blogging days, like, affiliate companies.
Sorry, that's slurred.
If you know, affiliate companies whatever. But they send me like emails about the influencer industry, and I read briefly one of them, and they were talking about how the Super Bowl had like influencers in their ads, and so many people didn't recognize who they were because they're influencers and not celebrities anymore, and that we're like shifting towards the influencer culture of they're actually just celebrities now. I mean, which some are, and that's fair, but
also like that's for a purpose because older folk who would recognize only celebrities like are getting irrelevant in terms of finances. Like,
I mean, yeah,
the people spending money now are literally
target market now.
Yeah.
But even then, I mean, I think of like my older siblings or even like barely older who just don't go online that much, don't know influencers that much because they're not in the same world that we are and like care about. Yeah.
It's crazy to me that world exists. I just feel like it's so like I can't even escape it. I've tried. It's never gone away.
It's just, I'm genuinely interested in aesthetics, pretty things, fun people doing fun things, living their life. It inspires me. So fucking shoot me. Like, sorry that
oh my God,
I'm inspired by pretty things.
I just exactly also, but I'm that just makes me think about like going back to like people hating. It's like when they say like get a real job, I'm like, you're just mad that you don't get to wake up when you want to.
Yeah.
And they're
bitter.
And I get it, you work really hard, but like, stop being bitter.
I think there's like it's my pitch got really high. I just think it does suck. I'm not gonna lie that some people do work, I wouldn't say harder, but like work just as hard maybe, but don't make as much or whatever. And they're not this like just beautiful person who gets to be online. And there's those, Yeah,
I don't think I'm speaking about those people. I think I'm speaking about the people who like
are also making
I make money. So much money and like it's because I worked hard. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Like you went to school instead.
You want to think that like I do nothing? That's even more of a flex to me because I make just as much as you and I do
effortlessly doing nothing.
And I do nothing. I get paid to do nothing, apparently. Yeah. I don't know. It's just
it's a complicated world, I think, to like want to dive into. Yeah. And it's just like this like balance of being like, I'm not. So, but then is that like what's holding you back? Like by saying, but that's the thing. I think there is a limit for me personally. Like I don't want to become like Addison Rae. I'm not interested personally.
What do you mean by that?
Like I don't care to be in a Super Bowl commercial or like be known by that many people. I'm more like on the JC. Yeah. JC, like people enjoy. I have a enjoy the podcast. We have a community. Yeah. People are like inspired by me or find me relatable or whatever, and like that's cool. Not that I need that for like my ego or anything, but I just genuinely think that I do things that are interesting to other people, like my blog or the podcast. Like I think people find that to be more interesting than I do because I do it all the time.
I think that's also a big piece. I'm like, I have nothing to offer, but it's like, then I'm like,
you literally talk every week on a podcast. Yeah. So I think there is like that balance for me of like
how far I think you would want to
take not to say that if I was offered this great amazing campaign with somebody that I'd say no, but I'm not seeking that out. Like I'm seeking out the community and like just feeling stable, and like I'd be so grateful for that. But also maybe that's not my path. Maybe my path is something else, and this is just always the side hustle that fulfills me versus literally fills my wallet, which is fine.
Yeah.
Because even if you're influencing though, you don't have to make money.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I think a big piece, at least for me now, it's like I'm not necessarily even wanting to do this for the money. It's more of like I am so creatively
hungry.
Creatively, what was I gonna say? Like creatively, like deprived, and like this really just feels like something that would
fulfill the empty spots.
Like I think it's just more so like now I just really feel inspired, like even like with the jobs I'm doing right now. Like I told my boss, I was like, hey, let's get a whole like social like strategy going for you, because I'm finally like feeling like refreshed about the way that I feel social media. That in itself, like, I think proves a lot to me, where like if I can do it for somebody else, I really should just put effort into me, like whether or not it becomes anything. I just like want to see how, like, and it's another way to like really test my skill sets or even gain more, like, I just
knowledge.
There's a lot there like that can come from it.
It's funny because we just recently started using hashtags on our like content. And I do think, not that we've half-assed, because that's probably a step too far, but like when it comes to my clients, I'm like, we're going to do everything you possibly can for strategy. I know all this stuff.
That part.
Covers and this and this and this. And then I'm like, and then I posted one of my clients like TikToks or Reels or whatever. And then I went to our page to post our podcast and I was like, why are we using hashtags? Like, how more embarrassing could it get to post a hashtag?
Yeah.
Because like all my clients use like fucking 20. Well, maybe not 20, but like they are shameless with their hashtags and they're successful businesses. So I'm like, hello, disconnect.
And I think that was also like a big part of like when we were doing GGC. It's like, I feel like when we would get a client, we would want to do everything for them. And then like for our own branding and stuff, even for like the podcast, I think we're so like relaxed about it, which like, it's fine. I think it's okay. But I feel like there could be another level of like attention and attention. Like, I don't know. And that's what I'm starting to I mean, obviously it was a realization before, but I just feel so tuned into it now. And I'm like, that's, I don't know.
Like if we're going to commit,
let's
commit. And not, I said half-assed, but like, I don't think we've half-assed necessarily. No. But maybe we put out some things that weren't like the most exciting or whatever. Yeah. We weren't fully aligned with. Or just not using all the strategies that we know about. Like, and even to some people, they're like, wow, your content is so good. And then we're like, why is no one seeing it, though? I will say, I think TikTok has put us on, like, a...
I think we're, like, shadow banned.
Yeah, because
we get 200 likes and then... or views, and then it'll just...
Yeah, 200 views, 60 likes. I'm like, that ratio is pretty good.
But also, why are we getting that so consistently? Like, who are you showing me to?
Just our followers.
So weird.
It's very confusing, but that's the thing too, is like when you see someone that comments, it's genuinely, well, except for the haters, but whatever, it lights a fire under my ass, I'll say that much. But like when you see someone comment, like I recently went through my cheating TikTok in the comments, just because I was like, I wonder if I missed any, because like I stopped paying attention to the comments after a certain point, and I looked at them all, and there was like a couple people hating, like, oh, get over it, and I was like, whatever. But all the fucking people that were like, oh my god, same, do we have the same ex, or like roasting him, like, it was just like, oh my god, I feel like I have this little community, this little home, just in this one video of like, this is a community of women scorned.
Yeah,
like,
going through it.
We're okay now, but yeah, I just feel like when things go viral, or even like slightly viral, like my other fucking video, the my niece's book that I made her for her birthday, so many people were like inspired to do it for their kids, nephew, nieces, siblings, whatever, and that felt good. And not in a way of like, oh my god, people think I'm smart, people think I have good ideas, like whatever. No, it was just like, oh, other people are gonna get one, like other little kids are also gonna get this book that I thought was so intentional and thoughtful. Now other kids get to experience that, I guess. Right. Because I brought it to someone's fucking internet. Which is like so...
It's a point of sharing. Like, continuously like inspiring others to do whatever the content is. Like, yeah.
Even if... Also, the thing is, like, us at the beach all summer could have inspired someone else to start a business with their best friend, or... just fucking go to the beach when they felt like it because they can, or just be like, oh, I need to like make more friends where I'm at because I want to do that too, or whatever.
Inspires thought.
To us, it was just like, this is just what we're doing, and like that is true, and that's why it feels mundane and stupid to post it. But even now, I look back and I'm like, I miss that. Like I wish we had stuff of that, even if it was cringy, which we do have some cringy throwback stuff. But maybe we'll post that. Get 100 likes on this YouTube video.
Please.
100 likes on this YouTube video, and we'll post cringy shit.
I will say, are we in our YouTube era?
I think we might be in our YouTube era. Because Jacqueline Hill just posted a YouTube, obviously YouTube, makeup tutorial. Did you see it?
No.
It was giving OG, and I was living.
I think we're going back, and it's making me so excited.
Yeah.
I just, and also like TikTok's like trying to be a competing platform from YouTube, like with their
horizontal. Yeah, but I
don't know how that's gonna do, because like I don't know that I would want to watch a 30-minute video on TikTok. Like, it's
we say it now.
My brain is not there yet.
We say it now.
I'm
and
not
of course,
knocking it.
Yeah.
But I don't think my brain works with, like, that's what TikTok's for.
It's just a hard mix. Like, you go from a 30-minute video to 10-second.
Like, at least with YouTube, like, I know they have shorts, but, like,
wait, we post the podcast on YouTube, on TikTok in full.
In parts? Should we try
part 1, part 2? No. Should we? I don't know. We'll see.
But, like, at least YouTube has, like, separation. Like, you have your long form content and then your shorts that you can...
Which maybe they will.
Maybe.
Yeah. Once people are on board, they'll be like, all right.
How do you upload on TikTok, though? Like, a 30-minute video? That'd be crazy.
The web platform better be better.
Anyway.
That's just a rant.
It's a little rant about where we're at. You know what, Shamelessly? We want to be influencers. I can't speak.
I want to be an influencer, please.
Oh my god, there was this video that I saw. What's her name? Can you look this up really quick? The girl from Bottoms.
What? Oh, the girl from Bottoms.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that still. Oh,
you haven't?
No, I haven't, because it's not on anything.
How do you say her last name?
Edabury?
Ayo Edabury? I should know how to say her name. Anyway, she was on SNL, right, with J-Lo. And, like, this video came out about how she was talking. It sounded like on a podcast or an interview or something. Mm-hmm. And she was talking shit about J-Lo. And how she, like, is talentless. And, like, literally, I don't know, just being, like, I guess, a kind of a hater. And I'm, like... I was watching and I was like, Logan... all delusional. I was like, what if this happens to me?
It could.
And
it will. We're gonna manifest it. It will.
This is my public statement, so this is to back myself up for whenever I post my little soundbite. I was in a place
oh my god of hating
that was my hating era.
It
was my hating era because I was a sad human being with no purpose.
But even then
I don't think I've ever said anything too crazy, and I'm really sorry.
Just like silly little opinions.
Yeah.
Sorry I had a silly little opinion once.
There was, I think there was also another thing that I was watching. I don't remember who it was.
Well, she said she was sorry. That was the end of the... She tells J-Lo,
like, I'm sorry that I said that.
Yeah. And J-Lo's like, it's fine.
It reminded me, though, of, like, another person who... It was Call Her Daddy, Trisha's episode. Trisha, like, admits that, like, she's talked shit about Alex Cooper.
Yes.
And I'm, like, me coded. Like, I'm a hater for that moment, but the minute that I meet literally a person, I'm like, listen, a hater is a fan. I'm gonna say it, and I am your fan.
I'm a fan of your life, and I wish I had it.
Yeah, literally. I'm sorry.
Definition of hater.
So I'm just saying.
That's true.
I'm your fan. I'm a fan of everybody.
Yeah, it's not like you take it too far, because this is taking hating way too far.
I will say I don't think I would ever say the things.
You don't even comment it. You just think it, and then we say it on our silly little podcast.
Yeah,
that's it.
This is my formal apology.
You just play the clip when you meet them. Here,
I did give notice.
I gave notice. You should have listened.
Anyway,
there is also that scary part, but I don't know. I just think we're shamelessly. We say this all the time though, so this is the problem. Like,
no, but I'm actually just
the issue is too, which I think we'll talk a little bit more about this as we go into glowing hour, because we went to an event and that's just like giving influencer moment, you know, like things to actually talk about that we've done and whatever, which I think is part of, like, you have to have experiences that are interesting to people. Otherwise, what are you doing? So yeah, we'll just talk about it more there. So we'll see you guys in glowing hour. Hopefully you didn't leave me on a cliffhanger.
Bye.
Bye.